Welcome along to this F1 Clash 2024 season look ahead as we go through and have a look at the changes that Hutch have teased or are currently teasing ahead of the new season. Now, you're probably a little bit fed up of the 2023 season, and that's normal having been here for around nearly 12 months, depending on when these videos go out. So everyone's looking forward to a bit of a refreshment, some decent changes, some good improvements. Well, that is certainly what we all crave and we all want to see from Hutch for this season ahead. We're approaching the last couple of weeks now of this 23 season, and I know everybody is itching to know what are Hutch planning. So we're going to use these videos. We're going to use the same introduction. So bear with me if you're watching this. It's not the same video as you may have watched before, or if this is the first one, it's the first time you're going to be doing it. But we're going to be having a look at all the new changes and updates that are coming for the 2024 season as and when Hutch allow us / release their information. So stick with me as we go through the F1 Clash 2024 changes and we have a look to see what we can spot. So here we go then, let's get into your next release of information, and this time we've got this plain grey background, F1 Clash 2024, and what is going to sit behind that one? What is it going to be? Well, let's take a look, shall we, as we load up picture one, which is going to be Horizon Innovation. So looking like a manufacturer type supplier of 2024 components. So obviously, as I've said before, these videos are going out in random order. So it looks like this is the way that Hutch are going with branded names in their own universe, let's say, of potentially parts. That is one thing that we're going to have to keep an eye out and see what they do later on in the season. So Horizon Innovations 2024 components. Let's find out a little bit more about it and we'll go to our next image. So we are in to a gearbox part straight away. Now, if we have released a video, you would have already seen it, but if you don't know, we have replaced a key stat on the car. Gone is reliability, and now included is qualifying. So the qualifying stat is now into the game actually for the car. We await to see if it is on the driver. So let's take a look at this car from Horizon Innovations, and it is the gearbox. It is a common part and a Series 3 unlockable. Now, this is max level, so let's take a look what this is. So speed 7, power unit 11, qualifying 7, cornering is then boosted by the look of it, the highest part of here, 22, and an average pit time of 0.3. So off the basis, I mean, as we would expect, a common Series 3 is not going to be good enough. This might be good down below. It depends how Hutch move it this season. But I don't think this is a great part. But prove me wrong, Hutch. Show me what you plan for next season. We then get a rear wing. And wow, the rear wing of Powerlift. It is a rare Series 9 unlockable. And looking at the stats on this one, we have got speed at 19. We've got a massive jump of a power unit at 48. We've got qualifying at 19 and cornering 17. So a pit stop time of 0.44 seconds. So 0.3, I think, is the fastest we've seen on a pit time. But here we go. Power unit 48. So a big boost. If that works this season, that could be very interesting to players because it was disregarded last season. But Powerlift Rare Series 9 from Horizon Innovations. We have then got an engine. It is called the Mad Dash, which is a fairly unique name, which is not mad on speed, which is weird. So the Mad Dash is a rare Series 6 unlockable. So yeah, around roughly halfway through the series if Hutch keep it to 12. And the Mad Dash includes 14 speed. We've got 30 power unit, nearly the same, 29 qualifying, we've got 12 cornering and an average pit stop time at 0.62. Not the mad dash that I would know of. Very, very slow pit time for this part. So unless power unit qualifying is really important, maybe apart from Horizon, that are not going to be used because that pit time is very heavy indeed. So, this is exciting to know how we're going to use these parts. Bit different compared to how Hutch have released on previous years. What do we got then for the next one? We have got, and this Horizon Innovation seems like they've got the increased power unit cycle of parts from what we can see. So we've got the Beast, which is an Epic Series 9 front wing. So front wing, Epic Series 9 maxed stats are below. So speed 19, we mentioned that power unit, which seems to be a Horizon common theme. So power unit up at 54, qualifying at 22 and cornering 21. So pretty balanced setup with the one sort of stat boosted more than the others. It seems to be a fairly quicker pit time, especially to the last one. The mad dash was like 0.6. This is now 0.37. So this looks a decent part for power unit if it is usable in that way this season coming. So the Beast Epic Series 9 looking very strong on the power unit. Then we've got the Monolith. I want a Monolith. Hutch is just trying to catch me out on the English, the language. This is a rare Series 5 part. So Brakes Rare Series 5. This is unlocked in, and these are the max stats below for this part. So it's a speed 10. It's a power unit of 12. And then it's got actually increased stats on qualifying of 27 and cornering 29. So that is also including what seems to be a pretty slow pit time of 0.65. They must have been watching my F1 Manager series because my pit times on there are incredibly slow. Seems like Horizon need a better build quality on their pit time because some of these are fairly slow. But rare Series 5 unlock, and obviously qualifying and cornering is the main sort of stats on this part. And then we move into the bronze. We're calling it the bronze section. And this is what we're basically classifying as the very best part from that manufacturer / supplier. So here we are with the Epic suspension from Series 12 called the Reactor. Interesting, right? The Reactor. So let's take a look. Max stats for this Series 12 part, and it goes again with the common theme that we've seen through Horizon Innovations, which is an increase in the power unit stat for this manufacturer. We've got speed at 23, power unit right up there at 60. We've got qualifying at 22, cornering at 24, and an average pit time of 0.3 seconds. So on these images, the bronze ones are seemingly the best ones. That looks a very decent part, not this season, but next season, if it is required. Looks like it's pretty balanced across speed, cornering, and qualifying with a big boost on the power unit and a low pit time. So we could see that being usable. I'm pretty interested to see how Hutch work these suppliers and these manufacturers. I mean, is there a method behind their madness, or are they simply just adding a little bit more depth into the game, kind of creating that story mode? I mean, look, in real life, they've got suppliers behind these parts, so I can see what Hutch are doing, and it's going to add a completely different element into the game. Will we be running one supplier, one manufacturer? Will we get better stats for running one and not mixing them up? Well, there's only one way that we're going to really find out. So that is your supplier, your manufacturer, because we don't even know what to really call them, done and dusted. And that is Horizon Innovations, as we try and bring that back up. Where's that image gone? We'll find it eventually. There it is. Horizon Innovations 2024 components is complete. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you think of this release? And what do you think so far, if you have seen any other releases at present?